Alabama, what do they need? They need an explosive receiver. Who's a team out there that needs a lot but has an explosive receiver? Kept a receiver this offseason that people or other collectives were trying to pry away.
Oh, BC.
Not having a great year. I've got Alabama going up to Boston and going to get Zay Flowers. They're going to have to give up a lot, though, because Zay Flowers might be like a first-round pick type receiver, legit. I mean, if you guys watch the ACC like we do, you know he gets doubled all the time and still beast modes people. They're going to get Kobe Prentice, who's a starter for them, but like just a quality starter. Elijah Pritchett, who was one of the top offensive tackles last year, and Ty Simpson, their third-string quarterback, but highly rated kid last year who is promising. Boston College is losing Dracovic most likely this year, so they got a quarterback to replace him. They certainly need offensive line help after all the injuries they've had along the offensive line, and they'll have a pass catcher. So this is a lot to give up, but hey, I mean, if you get a bona fide number one stud who can stretch the field and go deep, like ask Louisville how facing Zay Flowers was this year. That he's a stud. He would immediately be one of the best players in the SEC as well. So you give Bama that explosive option. I feel like it's a lot to give up, but this could work.
So what I like is that you've given Jeff Hafley a quarterback for the future.
Yeah.
That Ty Simpson has so much eligibility ahead, and Flowers is almost certainly off to the NFL after the season. I mean, Zay might say no, since apparently the first thing Zay did when he heard these offers was to go to Jeff Hafley's office, because that's what kind of guy he is. I'm not making fun of him. It's just that was the story that was repeated over and over around Flowers. So I think that's fair. I'll give a thumbs up on that one.
I think Alabama's paying too much.
They could be
giving up a freshman receiver, young quarterback, young offensive lineman. I think you got to give up the QB. And if I'm Alabama, I'm not that worried about finding another one. But I don't think I'm giving him Prentice, because I think that if I take Zay Flowers now and then he leaves, I'm kind of in the same situation again next year. I think I would give him the QB and the OL. I would not give up Prentice. Or if I'm giving them a receiver, I mean, I would give him Jermaine Burton maybe, or one of my other guys, but I'm not giving up the freshman because I need somebody to stick around going forward.
Didn't you guys know Zay Flowers has a no trade clause in his deal with DC? He's already been offered to leave, and he doesn't want to go anywhere. Although I wonder if he'd want to revisit that.
It might depend on what quarterback he was going for, right? Like Bryce Young is a little different than, I don't know, Tyler. Like, who knows?